Yeah, I think coming into Newport is always a great feeling. It's such a sailing mad community. It's an educated audience. Everyone understands the race and they understand sailing, and it makes such a huge difference, coming into a town like this, seeing the support. I mean, we came in at 5 or 6 in the morning, and there was still a huge crowd on the dock, and we could hear the cheering all the way down, coming down the coast past the fort, and it was just, it's a great feeling. Yeah, things have definitely changed. I mean, Auckland, we were in a pretty dark spot, and here we are 2 legs later with a win and a second. As to what's changed, there's nothing major. We've just really dug deep, analysed kind of every aspect of our performance. I think we're just taking less risk and just trying to be slightly more conservative and just do the basics well. We won't be changing anything for this leg. We've got the same crew. Same tactics, it's just trying to keep doing everything better. It's going to be a tough leg. It's a short leg, quite almost a sprint, and everything could change coming into Cardiff Bay. I mean, there's so much tide, there's potential for not a lot of wind, so we could see a similar finish to Newport, where you could see the lead change or the top 3 or 4 positions change in the last 24 hours, and realistically any one of those 4 boats could have won this leg. So it's a real lottery. It's really hard to say what's going to happen, but we'll obviously be pushing for a good result. Well, in an ideal world, Brunel would be on number 1 position, and then we'd have a couple of the blue teams in between. So it'd be nice to see turn the tide. I think they're really due a result. It feels like so many times they've come so close and just been pipped. And so to make the difference, we really need to put boats between us and the red teams. So that'll be, it's a really hard goal to achieve. So I think you've just got to aim high, and what happens after that is really just the luck of the draw. I think potentially we're going to see a bit of a drag race. I mean, there's not a lot of room for wiggle room. It's really the weather systems that are coming through are going to be, and the routings will be quite similar. So I think, and as you said, it's a relatively short leg compared to what we've done in the past. So I don't think there'll be a lot of split. And so from that way, I think it makes for interesting viewing, the fact that it is so close. Yeah, very exciting to be going back into the UK, to be sailing into my home country. I'm very excited about going to Cardiff. I've never been there before, but everything I've heard about the city is fantastic. They put on some great events, in rugby, in music, and they do it exceptionally well. And it seems like the village is going to be packed with activities. There's going to be lots for people to see and do. It would be great to be able to see the boats come in from the race village area. So yeah, really looking forward to it. Yeah, indeed. I'm really looking forward to my son being on the dock when we get to Cardiff. It'll be one of the few stops that he's been able to visit due to school commitments. So that's going to be a very exciting moment having him there. And from there to the finish, it really gets almost more intense than what we've done on the longer legs, because it is such a sprint. You can't get into a routine. You're pretty much, your off watches are non-existent. You'll be in your gear the whole time, but it's for a short period of time. So it's just about giving it 110% for that short sprint. There's obviously a lot of land, there's a lot of tide, there's a lot of obstacles, so it's going to be full on. Yeah, certainly. There's obviously a lot of support being a Dutch team. I remember the stopover there last race, and it was crazy. I mean, it was unbelievable how many people there were in the race village, and I think we're going to surpass those numbers. And we've got a week there with pram racing and import racing and so forth, so I think it's going to be a great week and a great finale to the race. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I remember, leaving with Team SCA, we had a huge following, and also the Team Alva Medica, who were the home team. The shores were just packed with boats, packed with people, and it was a nice day. So I think the weather's obviously going to be a factor. Let's hope that this rain will hold off for start day. But yeah, it's, as I said before, it's such a sailing-rich town. They love the sport. There's such a history here, and no doubt there will be a lot of spectators both on the water and on shore.